Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. So, our entire town should totally be celebrating right now, because we put that Wizened Hag into the ground. But there is no rest for the wicked, and so we are going to go ahead and get right back out there. Thinking for our next mission, this Detoxify the Corpses is looking pretty appealing. Get a solar crown for it, which is okay, I guess. I'm not going to say no to stress resist. I'm pretty much doing max light runs anyway, so the penalty is pretty much negated. The rest of the stuff's not really a huge deal. We do have two bosses, the Wizened Hag being replaced by Destroy the Brigand 8-pounder. But I'll probably wait for my level 2 guys to all get back in fighting shape and then send them back out for it. So we're probably going to do this one. I also did get a request from one of my friends to try out my best narrator voice for one of these mission descriptions, so let's see how this one goes. Blighted corpses lay strewn about the old road, teeming with filth and disease. Journeys to and fro the hamlet pose constant threat of sickness. Destroy this blight with potent salve. Alright, yeah. I'm not going to get any cool video game jobs anytime soon with that, but it's what I got. So I'm thinking we've got our level 0 crew down here, basically. He is best from there. And then 4th slot character, I'd like to grab again maybe one of our level 1 guys to not throw any of our other party comps out of whack. So this should do just fine. We've got a healer in here. Everything should be going a-okay there. So we'll go ahead and drop into the provisioning screen. Now, for this type of mission, so it is medium, so we do have the ability to camp once, but we're also starting off with 3 potent salves, and these need to be used throughout the mission. So our opening inventory is going to be a little bit restricted. Probably do 2 stacks of food for a medium mission, and then 1 stack of torches. I think I've been overdoing it on the torches, quite honestly. We are heading into the Weald, so we'll do 2 shovels. We are bringing an occultist as our primary healer, so I don't think 3 bandages are overkill. Or sorry, 4 bandages are overkill. Then we'll do a couple of anti-venoms, maybe like 1 of everything else. Again, using most of the gold that we have here on provisions, but I think it'll turn out alright. And we'll go ahead and jump right in. Of course, things that don't go alright, we can always bounce ourselves back. It's not the end of the game. We are not our characters. We are the estate and the heir to said estate. Alright. So we need to get the 3 corpses, and they could be anywhere. They could be in the first 3 rooms that we visit. So let's go ahead and take out this dead end back here really quickly. Now, 3 of our characters are level 0, so they start with a bit of stress, but no big deal. We'll just, get some crits out there, de-stress everybody, start everything off right. Oh man, this is how things go bad with a slime. Not just summoning more things, but summoning more things and getting a crit off of it. Now, these things are eldritch. So, he has 15% damage buff. It's still not great. I love the exclamation point next to ectoplasmic perfusion. Yeah, not kidding there. Alright, 4 to 7. I mean, we don't really need to heal anybody. We might do a weakening curse. 1 to 2. Meh. I guess this is it. Yeah, that eldritch buff not really coming out for much when base damage is so low anyway. I could bullet a shovel him back. Might as well just aim a sniper shot into the back line. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy so he stops doing anything.
As the fiend falls,
I was going to say breathing, but nothing about this monster makes me think that it needs to breathe. Alright, what is his first action going to look like? That is the scariest part. Stun resist is 75, base stun is 100. Probably not going to happen. So we'll just go ahead and spam those buffs. She's getting +5 accuracy every time she uses that, which is so very nice. I mentioned it in a previous episode, but over time, that thing basically turns into... Man, if I could have gotten that bleed, it would have totally killed it.
Really? About to break.
I got smacked by the slime. As I was saying, I have mentioned that ability before, but I like, stacking up to the
greater the
point where your grave robber can basically guarantee a hit every single round, as I generally tend to value accuracy over damage. I'd rather do consistent small amounts than the occasional big ones. Now, this is the anti-venom type of tree, I believe. Yeah, poisonous sap.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
We're already out of room for things. Well. In that case, I really do want 750 gold. We don't even have a single gold stack yet. Let's go ahead and just use that as a buff then. I'm going to avoid that curio entirely, and we'll grab it on the way back through here. See if perhaps we get a chance. No, that didn't do any good at all. I was getting all wrapped up in my head about how to be like super crafty, where I could have... No? Oh, this is an infected corpse. I'm dumb. I'm real dumb. Okay, so these are the things we actually want to use these on, not the other kind of corpse that we can use herbs to cleanse. Okay. That's silly. It just uses the same image. Oh, and is here another one? Nope. Okay, this is the other kind that I thought the other one was. Oh my god. Okay. And a little bit of food for our impulsive friend. And then this one is... Okay. The beast carcass. That's what I thought the other one was. Nothing left to offer. Okay. We wasted our herb on the one that it didn't matter for, and then immediately encountered 2 more. Well, at least it doesn't appear like I was a crazy person making those up. They really do exist. A little bit of hunger. Go ahead and get in here. I think we could have used our holy water on that. You know, it's actually not the worst thing in the world with lunge.
Be gone,
it's
fiend.
like it didn't even happen. Alright, might as well get to healing. Oh, I will take the crit 14 heal. That was just divine.
Executed with impunity.
Alright, thanks. I think we got this. Aw, couldn't have gotten the bleed. Couldn't have just ended the entire enemy in one turn. I would have loved to see that. Does this do any damage? Could I don't really think we have anything we need to buff. Sometimes it's worthwhile to stun a guy, get a couple more turns in there if any of your characters have some buffs that might be worthwhile to apply, but this party doesn't really come equipped with any of that. I believe this is going to be a de-stress. I don't have holy water, so it removes 20. I think with holy water it just removes more stress. Alright. Oh. Down this way. Oh my god. It was a decision to make between her and him for which one to de-stress. Basically coming down to a coin flip. I'm gonna go ahead and anti-venom there. And of course, the one that I choose is fine, except then the one that I didn't immediately runs into a trap and gets super stressed out by it like 2 seconds later. I love you, Darkest Dungeon. Just, you keep being you. Never change. Just never change. That RNG, man. Alright, so we're gonna run into some impassable vine concoction right here. That's
Nature
fine.
herself,
We got
a victim
plenty
to
of
the spreading
shovels to
corruption,
take care of these thorny thickets.
malformed with misintent.
Pop a torch right there. And then eat a little bit of snacky snacks right there. And we'll probably do, not worry about any
Wealth
more
beyond
torchlight
measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
until we get to the end of here. I think our torch will make it that far without going completely out. And then once we get down here, I might actually ignore that fight. Now that I got the scout, what I can do... Oh, stop doing that, Lynom. Okay. Get yourself poisoned one of these days. What I can do is just check that curio for whether or not it is a blighted salvi target thing. And if it is, that's great. If not, we could just backtrack a second into the room we came out of and be all fine and dandy.
Press this advantage.
That works. Okay.
Give them no quarter.
I'm wondering whether or not it was worthwhile if I could get the one-shot kill, and a complete waste if I couldn't. Oh, don't nibble on me. Please stop that. Well, at least we've got our next healing target already completely chosen for us. Finally saw a bleed proc off of that. I knew it was possible. I did. Gonna go ahead and go for the stun and completely miss it. He has 100% stun resist, which I guess I should have realized, but doesn't really matter. I was actually thinking about getting her back one step
turning point.
so that I could toss out a poison dart. Can he? He can't heal from the second rank. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well then, fine. Be that way. Make me choose which thing is better. Oh yay. Rabid Gnashers. My favoriteest enemy in the entire game. 5. Okay. Good dodge. Please keep it up and don't just repeatedly get bled. That would be real great. 2 to 5, 2 to 5. What's this do? 4 to 9. 2 to 4 to 9 there. Waste the crit entirely. Trying to internalize some of the comments section. You shouldn't pay attention to crits. They don't matter.
How quickly the tide turns.
You just throw them away if you you don't leave any opportunity for them to happen, man. Alright, get a little bit of a heal there. I probably can't waste the bandages on de-bleeding in this particular scenario. Maybe at the end of the fight we'll take stock of how bloodied we are.
Assault cannot be left unanswered.
Oh, jeez. They keep critting on them, too. Okay, he's down to 11, 15, 22. Go ahead and heal there. Another bleed. Another crit bleed. Man, these guys are ridiculous. At least you got the cold shot. I don't mean any disrespect. It was a very lovely shot. It really was. The Arbalest has actually critted both times I've acted with her in this fight. Hellion, on the other hand, could maybe use a little
mortality clarified in a single strike.
Jesus, though. What's interesting is the darkness doesn't actually boost their crits at all. It boosts mine, and yet these enemies have definitely been taking advantage of it. At least I've been lucky enough not to get any bleeds from our own attempts at healing. Okay, down to 2, down to 3. Let's just miss with a character that has a plus 15 accuracy boost. That makes perfect sense.
Well struck.
and then finally clean their clocks with Ebola. Not like Ebola the disease, but like Ebola. Yeah, you know what I mean. Alright. Everybody's just taken a couple of points of damage. I'm going to let that lie. We're going to step right out here, check that, find out that it's just an empty sack, and then take a step back. I just don't want to use my last shovel, is what it more comes down to than anything. It's not so much being like afraid of the fight or anything there. It's the not wanting to run into a thorny thicket problem and be unprepared for it, as we've still got plenty of map space left to go. Oh, and a trap grew up behind us, which I guess makes sense. I mean, I don't know who's making the traps, you know. The curious as the trap makers are, you know, that whole thing. Like, it's not like they're ancient traps that we're just stumbling into, which is the scenario you typically take for, like, when you're an RPG party heading into some long-forgotten dungeon to pillage and loot all the things. You assume the traps have just, like, been there a long time. But in this, we're seeing more of traps from the point of view of they pop up right behind us sometimes. And so I get the impression there is a lively character somewhere putting those traps in our way. All right, let's do this. We'll go ahead and relight the torch head on. And then, what does this need? This needs bandages, I think. Yay! I remembered something.
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
Oh my god!
Otherworldly corruption.
Wow. Just in that random tree, I totally got a cleansing crystal, which is a very rare trinket. The biggest reason to use this, so it's giving blight, bleed, and debuff resist, which is pretty awesome on its own. You can feel free to toss that on any of your, like, just kind of straightforward tanky characters, like a Crusader, for example, would see virtually no downside to something like that. Similarly, I don't think our Arbalist would see any disadvantage. But Machel here, our occultist, by reducing his bleed skill chance, that actually means we'll have a reduced chance to inflict bleed on our companions when don't have any of the things I would need. Okay, a little bit of food, I can deal with that. So we'll actually have less of the chance to inflict bleed on our companions whenever we attempt to heal them, which makes it particularly awesome for the purposes of an occultist. Pop in here. Well, that was anticlimactic. I expected there to be a fight protecting it, but there was not. Glad to have also freed up the additional inventory spot. A nice little scout. Glad to have spotted the trap there. We do need to go down this hallway to at least check what's behind it. And we'll probably have to go through it because... yeah, okay, already looted. It's fine. Because I feel like the backtracking that far would not be a good idea. You build up stress while walking backwards in the dungeon, and that's a pretty significant amount of distance to have to walk backwards. Alright. Lynom, you are going to focus down some of these fungal artillery here. Nice critical heal. I can dig it. And a dodge. Lynom, you are just magnificent right now. 3 to 8. It could, but it doesn't. That's fine. We can finish this guy off with another dagger from our grave robber. Move the Arbalist on to the next target. Then we'll leave our Hellion Cardon here to just take on these front row guys with maybe some, if it bleeds, and it does bleed, then we can kill it.
Death waits.
Didn't dodge that one.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
11, 10. Yeah, we're getting some pretty decent damage done to us across the board here. Our camp is going to come up real soon though, so I'm not super concerned. 11 and a 2. Comes out of 4. He will die from the next bleed, so she can effectively move on to another target. Alright. This should eliminate the fungal artillery there. We'll let our arbalist deal with the other one. Do we have any anti-venom left? We do not. That's unfortunate. Nice. 6 HP remaining. Those rains of blight, man.
Injury and despondence set the stage for
they were
heroism
bad enough already.
or cowardice.
And then when damage over time saw its greatly increased effects in this patch, they've just gotten absolutely ridiculous. You know, I don't think I've ever used bleed out. 8 to 15, huh? It's not worth it. 7 to 4 versus 8 to 15. Of course, maybe I would have gotten the one more damage I needed. Who knows? We'll go ahead. He's going to die. Can't really do anything to him. 6, 11, 10, 10. Completely whiff it. That's fine. That's fine. Again, our camp is certainly coming soon, and he will not get the opportunity to attack again. The other thing I really hate about those fungal artillery is, unlike a lot of the enemies where, oh, they're, you know, good in the back rows, get them moved up, they're not so good. They have escape cloud when they're up front, which is still like a double character blight attack, but it then also moves them backwards, so that, I don't know, I don't think it's any worse. It might do less damage or something, like it might be a slightly worse version of their normal Rain of Blight, but it is still super pesky. Traveler's Tent, the fate of the occupants. Oh my god. That's like the worst luck that could have happened from that.
To the tempest's winds.
Oh man, our Hellion became afflicted from that. That is crazy. That should not have happened. Oh my god. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and camp then.
A moment of respite.
Let's
a
get
chance to steel oneself against
everybody
the horrors.
a little de-stressed here. Okay. Let's resist. Remove bleed. All companions heal. She's gonna refuse it. Hurrah! Touch me again that I may drink your blood. What are you, a vampire now? Oh, come on. Okay. Heal 20. Potentially remove bleed. Heal everybody. Heal himself. Accuracy plus damage. Big reduced stress. Nobody really has... that's unfortunate. Let's do wound care. And then... this is a little risky since she might have refused it, but she didn't. And so that actually worked out pretty well. Grab a stress resist. We could scout. We could heal him and give him a speed boost. Heal everybody. And reduce torchlight. Does that have any effect? Like, don't I get 100% torch as soon as I get up from here? I'm curious. If for no other reason than I'm curious as to whether or not that means I don't. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, okay, it means I don't get to start with 100% torch. Very interesting. I have never really paid attention to that before. God, she's starting with 105. And it's just a tree. I already know it. I'm going to ignore, and I'm going to, maybe against my better judgment, I'm going to backtrack, which is going to build up some stress on our party, but I feel like less stress than we would have gotten from heading into one more fight. Alright, let's actually swap you guys, and then check out the tree. Maybe you check out the tree. And sometimes a tree is just a tree. Okay. Another fight. We just need to find that last carcass, though. It could be just around the bend. At any time, it could be right there. I think I could see the advantage of a weakening curse on this big guy. He's gonna stick around for a minute. Of course, we're gonna fail to actually weaken him, but you know, it was a lovely theory that I had about that. Okay, I can deal with that crit though. That comes in very handy. Okay. Let's go ahead and just let her sniper shot the cutthroat to get him out of the way before he even gets a chance to attack. She will, of course, be punished for being so insolent as to try to kill one of this brigand bloodletter's friends. You know, maybe they were just pals, and he's real upset. Worthy of your rage? Oh, come on. Stop abusing everybody, alright? We've all got problems. We don't need you adding to them. Also, our cultist is fairly close to snapping on his own. Yeah, there's like no way he makes it out of here without losing his mind. It's fine. These guys are all like level 0. The only one who's level 1 is the Arbalist, which probably explains why she's not completely freaked out and stressing all over the place, unlike everyone else. Down 3, down 6, down 7. Might as well. Only 3 and got the bleed, even with the cleansing crystal. I am the greatest.
Strike.
Only I could still bleed one of my companions, even though I'm using a cleansing crystal. Alright, we did get the job done, though.
This expedition
Torchlight
at least
could
promises success.
probably be a little bit better, but I think we might be okay. Lady, if you don't shut your mouth, there should be an option. We should just be able to stuff a bandage in her mouth and be like, no more talking, no more yelling at your party members. Just be nice. Be nice to everyone. All right, get a heal going here. Lovely. 5 to 10 we could kill. What does this do? 3 to 6 would not kill. Spitters, webbers. Okay, lovely. Getting one guy right out of the way is probably a sign of good things to come for this fight. Down to 2. That's a little annoying, especially with the blight landing. Oh, please don't. You're gonna freak out in a second, aren't you? Speaking of a second, he became irrational.
Reeling, gasping, taken over the edge into madness.
Okay. How irrational can he get? He already talks to a spaghetti monster in the sky, so I shouldn't be too concerned. Okay, feel free. You can be as abusive as you would like to the bad guys. I want to keep that clear. I'm not asking for you to stop abusifying them.
A devastating blow.
Oh, lovely. We are plus player crit. Of course, they are plus accuracy. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I would love for you guys to not have heart attacks. I think that would be swell if we didn't have heart attacks. Hidden compartment.
Packs laden with loot.
We got our key right back. So that is the objectively best decision I have ever made in this game. Use key, get key plus stuff. Alright, I'm down for it.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
I am not going to hesitate to pop that. Bad things can happen in 0 light that cannot happen in like 1 light. So, oh, Arbalist, why? Why would you betray us like that? Yeah, I'm definitely interested in at least keeping the tiniest bit of torchlight going until the very end here. I do also realize now, of course, that our objective could be in that final room, which would be giant irony, considering I abandoned it trying to make my life easier, and I may very well have made the worst decision possible. I can actually blind fire from back here. Can she do anything from the 4th position? Not even a little bit. Oh, he refuses. He refuses to let us move. Alright, Machel, you're being completely irrational right now. I guess that is exactly what it said on the tin, though, right? Oh, man. Please stop critting. Just don't. Not anymore. Just please. Thank you. I'm in, like, the 4th turn of this combat. Actually, that's a lie. I'm in the 2nd turn of this combat. It just feels like the 4th turn.
And now, the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
That was the first attack that I had actually gotten to hit anything. Oh, yay. Oh, I completely neglected to even consider that. Okay. For real now. I'd totally never considered the way... Lovely. The way that blind fire and the new corpse mechanic would interact with one another.
More ashes. More disappointment.
Ouch. And by that, I mean that I had never considered that the corpses would be eligible targets. Before, blind fire had always guaranteed that the arbalist could act even once there was nothing in the back rows for her to shoot at. She could just blind fire and hit like the one guy remaining in the front consistently every single turn.
A trifling victory.
Stress resistance,
but a victory
but
nonetheless.
less virtue chance. Well, that would be like the worst thing to equip right now. Man. This pretty much is our party composition. He has to be there to heal. We're gonna push forward a little bit. No scout. It's gotta be back there. That is so terrible. We've only got a 3-person party now.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
Yeah, the boogeymen are kind of the part of that worry me. It is back there. So, the scariest part of this, in my opinion, is actually going to be the walk back. I'm assuming that Lynom is going to freak out before we can get back to where we were. We are going to encounter a fight on the way as well. And, oh, not a fight I want to take. Crit right off the bat. Yeah, resolve tested. She became courageous.
A moment of valor shines brightest against the backdrop
What does
of
courageous
despair.
actually give me? Tons of resistances. That's probably not enough to turn the tide, truth be told. Let's get the heal. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna stick it out to the end. It's 3 level 0 characters. I have quite literally nothing to lose. As long as we get somebody out of here so we can take back these supplies. Oh, man. 3, 6, 1. Missed. Awesome. Just awesome. Blanket fire. I have a lot of death store. I gotta run.
Perched at the very precipice
I gotta run.
of oblivion.
Yeah. I mean, he could get killed by just the bleed with everybody bleeding. Death's Door is super dangerous. He's at 175. She's at 166. They'll die from stress before much longer. Let's go ahead and retreat from combat.
Lost, but the battle may yet be won.
And then wave the white flag. Yeah, I'm sure. Super sad.
You will endure this loss and learn from it.
Not the worst thing in the world. We got 6,500 gold still. Pretty decent haul of heirlooms, even though we didn't get the quest rewards. I can't imagine that these guys got anything good from here. Weak grip on life, Beast Slayer, Fingophobia, and the Ag? The Agu? Is that a real disease that I've never heard of? That sounds terrible, by the way. Damage, speed, and max HP. Let's go ahead and pack it up, boys, and head back to town.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's hope you're seeing. You might be a little bit mistaken. I do know... I think Cardon is gonna be hitting the road. Any a level 0 character that gets stressed out is just a waste, in my opinion. I kind of hesitate to dismiss Machel because I've spent so long not seeing an occultist.
Barbaric rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
But with villain gaining a spot on our team, I'm not too heartbroken at having to dismiss a barbarian. Or a barbarian, a Hellion. Oh man. Sorry guys, my brain is not processing well. I'm still deeply saddened by what just happened there. We're at 8,000 gold. That's more than enough provisions for us to head out on another mission. Maybe next time we need to set our sights a little bit lower with a short mission for level 0 characters. They just really can't stand up to the stress of anything longer, I think is where things went wrong there. It's a good lesson to have learned, if nothing else, that the stresses of a mission a level higher are doable on short missions, barely, but anything else, I don't think they had the ability to de-stress themselves enough in camp to have kept it going there. Lynom, I mean, I was like real happy that you came out of that courageous. Fear of beasts, it's like the exact opposite. Ruined Scoundrel gets additional scouting, accuracy versus beasts, compulsive ruminator. It's the right decision. I'm a little sentimental over the idea, but we have been churning through some grave robbers here. Again, those level 0 characters, I just can't justify the 2,000 gold that I'm gonna spend repairing the damage that was done by that one mission. The only reason I'm holding on to Machel is just to see whether or not we manage to pick up another occultist soon to replace him. I'm probably not even gonna bother de-stressing him now. Can he can do anything? I guess we should. Let's go ahead and pop him into... Never mind. Alright, that kind of made our decision for us. We'll go ahead and hold off on de-stressing him, and instead, we'll just end this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed my suffering. If you did, feel free to subscribe to see more of it every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.